Ladies and gentlemen, what did we just witness on Smackdown tonight? Bron Breakker, the powerhouse, the next-gen phenom, the supposed future of WWE, just turned his back on Bronson Reed. And I don't mean a friendly shove or a heated argument. I mean a full-on, career-defining, friendship-shattering betrayal that's got the entire WWE universe gasping in disbelief. Tonight's Smackdown was supposed to be another solid tag team showcase, a night where Breakker and Reed could prove they're the most destructive duo since the Authors of Pain. Instead, it turned into one of the most shocking betrayals we've seen in years. Twitter's melting, Reddit's on fire, and even WWE's own locker room reactions are starting to pour out. Stick with me, folks, because in this video, we're going to unpack everything. The build-up, the betrayal, the aftermath, the fan reactions, and what this could mean for both of these monsters heading into Survivor Series and beyond. Grab a drink because this one's gonna sting. All night long, you could feel something was brewing. The tension between Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed wasn't obvious, but if you looked closely, there were cracks. In the backstage pre-match interview, Breakker kept interrupting Reed. Reed tried to stay calm, but that subtle eye roll gave it away. And when Kayla Braxton asked who the team leader was, Breakker smirked and said, "Actions speak louder than words." That's classic Breakker, confidence bordering on ego. Fast forward to their tag match against the Street Profits, the crowd was buzzing. You could feel the energy shift the moment Breakker and Reed walked out. They looked unstoppable, man. Reed bulldozed through Dawkins. Breakker was spearing anything that moved. It was destruction poetry. They picked up the win, the crowd cheered, Breakker raised his arm high, but instead of turning towards his partner to celebrate, he froze. Reed, smiling, went for the handshake, but Breakker didn't take it. And that's when the arena went silent. Out of absolutely nowhere, Bron Breakker spun around and decapitated Reed with a running spear that almost folded him in half. The audience gasped like they just witnessed a car crash. Commentary lost their minds, Michael Cole shouting, "Why, Breakker, why?" while Corey Graves kept saying, "This can't be happening." Breakker didn't stop there. He grabbed Reed by the head, screamed something none of us could hear over the crowd, and hit him with another brutal spear, followed by his signature military press power slam right onto the announce table. Reed was laid out, completely motionless, and Breakker stood there, chest heaving, glaring down like a man possessed. And that's when the crowd turned. The cheers became boos. Chants of "You sold out" started echoing. WWE fans live for moments like this, but nobody saw it coming tonight. Security and refs rushed out to stop Breakker, but he shoved them aside. Adam Pearce came out yelling, trying to defuse it, but Breakker just stormed off through the crowd like an anti-hero walking away from an explosion. Bronson Reed was checked on by medics. You could see him mouthing something, probably "Why?" as fans clapped for him while he was helped to the back. It wasn't just a storyline beat. It felt personal, like something broke inside Breakker tonight. Let's not forget, these two had been building chemistry for weeks. They were becoming that rare powerhouse tag team fans could actually get behind. But knowing WWE creative, sometimes lightning strikes too early, and egos clash fast. Now here's where things get interesting. A few insider sources and social media chatter hint that this wasn't a last-minute decision. According to a few wrestling insiders, and take this with a grain of salt, Breakker's been frustrated about being stuck in tag team purgatory. He wanted a solo push heading into the winter stretch. Apparently, creative has been high on Reed lately. That might have rubbed Breakker the wrong way. Remember, this is a guy built to be a single-brand champion. The fans have been chanting next big thing since his debut. And when someone like Reed starts stealing that spotlight, boom, tension. Whether this heel turn was planned for weeks or pitched by Breakker himself, the execution was flawless. The shock, the silence, the emotion, that's storytelling magic. Now let's talk about the digital fallout, because the WWE universe is absolutely melting down right now. Check out these tweets that blew up right after the betrayal. Twitter's birthday. At Wrestling Realm, this is not a heel turn. This is a full-blown declaration of war. Breakker just destroyed one of the best tag partners he'll ever have. Twitter's birthday, at Queen of the Ring. Bronson Reed didn't deserve that. Breakker just went from future champ to public enemy #1. Twitter's birthday, at Suplex City 97. Nah, man, Breakker just pulled a Seth Rollins 2.0. I can't even lie, I loved it. Twitter's birthday, at Inside the Ring. WWE just created a new monster heel in 5 minutes. Masterclass storytelling. Even wrestlers are reacting. Damian Priest posted a cryptic eye emoji. Carmelo Hayes tweeted, "Should have seen it coming." And WWE itself posted just 3 words. Breakker has snapped. That's how you know you've got the whole world talking. So what does this mean for the Smackdown roster? For starters, Bron Breakker just launched himself into main event territory. No more mid-card filler, he's the headline now. Fans love a betrayal because it creates unpredictability. You never know what happens next. Will Breakker cut a promo next week explaining why he did it? Will Reed get revenge? Or will this spiral into something bigger? Maybe a triple threat storyline involving Solo Sikoa or even Bobby Lashley. This could also signal WWE's long-term plan, building Breakker as the next major heel on SmackDown, especially now that Roman Reigns is part-time. The company's been searching for that new alpha villain, someone young, explosive, and polarizing. Tonight, Breakker just volunteered. As for Bronson Reed, the man's built like a tank, but he's going to have to dig deep to come back from this. You can already picture the emotional promo he'll cut next week. Something like, "I called you my brother, and you broke me." That's money. When we talk about WWE betrayals, there's a Hall of Fame list. Solins turning on the Shield, Shawn Michaels super-kicking Marty Jannetty, Kevin Owens betraying Sami Zayn, even Edge turning on Vicky back in the day. But this one hits different. It's the timing, the subtle buildup, the fact that Breakker didn't need to do it. They just won. That's what makes it sting. It's betrayal for the sake of dominance, a pure psychological move to say, I don't need anyone. And when you add Breakker's pedigree, son of Rick Steiner, nephew of Scott, you can almost feel the family legacy bleeding through this storyline. Those guys were famous for their aggression, but they were brothers in arms. Breakker twisting that legacy into something dark? That's genius character work. You know what happens next. YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter are going to be full of theories. Some say Reed might get written off TV for a while. Others think this was part of Triple H's long-term plan to rebuild the singles division. One theory floating around right now says this could tie into an upcoming brand-wide faction war, where Breakker becomes the new enforcer for the Bloodline or alliance with Lashley's crew. Sounds wild, but WWE has been teasing new alliances for weeks. Another rumor, Reed and Breakker could face off at the Royal Rumble, and that match might be used to catapult Breakker into the main event scene. Whether it's true or not, one thing's certain, WWE just created a moment we'll be talking about for years. I gotta be real with you guys. I didn't think Breakker had that kind of coldness in him. The man's intensity is unmatched, but tonight he proved he's got storytelling instincts too. He didn't rush it. He waited for the perfect second. That spear wasn't just a move, it was a statement. And honestly, I respect the commitment. WWE's been missing that spark, that unpredictability. We need more shock moments like this. You could feel the arena's energy completely shift. Kids crying, adults screaming, and fans just frozen, clutching their phones trying to record history. If Breakker plays this right, he's on the fast track to superstardom. But the same move could also make or break him, pun intended. Because when you betray someone fans love, you either become the biggest villain or you fade fast. Here's what's being teased for next week. WWE officials reportedly want Breakker to open SmackDown with a live microphone. Oh man, can you imagine that promo? The crowd booing, him smirking, saying, "You all loved me until I showed you who I really am?" That's instant heat. Expect Bronson Reed to be off TV for a week or two, selling the injury. But when he returns, we're likely getting the revenge arc of the year. Rumor also says this betrayal could lead to a high-stakes match at the Royal Rumble, Maybe even a no disqualification war. Picture it, two titans colliding, a table breaking, steel steps flying, pure chaos. The best part about nights like this is the emotional roller coaster. 1 minute you're cheering, the next you're heartbroken. That's what pro wrestling's all about. Emotion, storytelling, shock, passion. And tonight had all of it. Some fans are furious, others are thrilled, but everyone's talking, and that's what matters. Let me know in the comments below, were you heartbroken or did you secretly cheer when Breakker snapped? Because I know a lot of people won't admit it, but deep down, they love a good villain arc. When the dust settles, this betrayal won't just define a storyline, it could define the next era of Smackdown. Breakker just planted his flag as the future of WWE's main roster. Reed, meanwhile, has a redemption story waiting to explode. The creative timing, the crowd reaction, the online chaos, everything clicked. This wasn't just a betrayal, it was a rebirth, and tonight, the monster became the headline. Alright guys, that's my full take on what just went down, the biggest WWE betrayal of the year. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Bron Breakker made the right move turning on Bronson Reed, or did he just destroy the best tag team since the Usos? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more live reaction coverage, hit that like button. It helps the channel more than you know. Smash subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another crazy WWE moment. And as always, this is your channel, bringing you the drama, the chaos, and the moments that make wrestling absolutely unforgettable. See you next time, and remember, in WWE, trust no one.